We're live.
What's up, guys? Christian Harris here, founder of Move Fast, Lift Heavy, brick and mortar facility, lifestyle apparel, training programs, and more. You guys can find all the good stuff at movefastlift.heavy.com. Go to our website, you'll find we have 2 tracks for our training programs. We've got Train with CH, which follows exactly what I'm doing for training, as well as Pump with CH. For those that are looking for a great pump, looking to feel good and look good naked.
Feel good, look good.
But yeah, follow us on the gram at Move Fast Lift Heavy. I think it's time to get into today's episode.
Let's do it.
So,
First off, happy Thursday. Do you still got goggle face from your swimming?
I think so. I think my bifocals are kind of blocking it a bit here.
Got it. Everyone, first-time listeners, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to our podcast, like, and all that stuff. I'm Joe Roscoe, Christian Harris's right hand man, his little bro.
You guys hear that smooth, velvety voice?
All right, so quarterfinals are done. Dunzo. Train with CH.
Thank God.
That's all done. No more cameras, no more taping the floors, no more measuring tapes.
No more awkward intros.
No more awkward intros. Now it's finally just show up, pray that you don't have a sucky judge, and lay it all out on the floor.
Yeah, basically. That's what it's come down to at this point.
Yeah. I say that in jest, but I also say it in experience of being at one too many competitions where, woof, that judge selection can be in. Remember Dave Charbonneau, one of your former teammates?
Yeah.
One time he was at regionals as an individual competitor, maybe 2017. And it was power snatches at 175 and burpees over the bar. You remember this? And
yeah, I remember this. It was like two separate sections, right? It was like a heavy, then it went light.
Possibly. Yeah. Yep, that's correct. So his first rep of a power snatch, he snatched it, but his elbows were like slightly bent, so he pressed it out, and his judge no-repped him.
Oh my God.
His judge no-repped him for pressing out his power snatch in a CrossFit Metcon.
Guys, this is CrossFit. It's not a weightlifting meet. There's no 3 whites.
He looked at his judge like, WTF, are you serious right now? So for the whole rest of the event, you could tell he was just like over exaggerating his lockout so that his judge wouldn't no-rep him.
Yeah, I mean, no reps are a pretty big deal. And I think with the gaining popularity of Mr. Batman, Andrew Hiller, it's bringing a lot of attention to judging and rep quality. And yeah, it's just been an interesting year. Tons of penalties across individuals, and on the team side of things, the leaderboard has been shaken up quite a bit. And I've seen tons of athletes that have been in contention pulled out because of the amount of no reps that they've received, giving them major penalties and kind of really reflecting their score in a very negative manner.
I'll have to take a look at the CrossFit darlings and see if they were affected. I didn't look into it yet, but there's a couple of athletes in particular that they always do some interesting stuff during these online qualifiers. So I want to take a look. This has always been a topic though, but since the Batman troll has emerged, it's just a little bit of a different angle. If you're a fan of Batman or listening yourself, I hope you haven't gotten any letters addressed from like the U.S. president, and then you got mad that perhaps the president actually didn't write the letter, and then you got upset that he signed it as the president. So that's way, way of an inside joke, but I had to get it off my chest. All right, so quarterfinals. Quarterfinals. What'd you think? Just let's spend like 2 minutes on it. Quick recap before we get into like talk.
Two? I've got a lot to talk about with quarterfinals, but
Oh, you want
no.
to you want to weigh in on it? All right, let's weigh in on it. Let's weigh in
we
on it.
could dive in a little bit.
All
Won't
right,
spend
dive
too much
in.
time. It's in the past, but
What's the first thing off the top of your head from it?
first thing off the top of the head is the programming.
Yeah.
It was a very repetitive and redundant set of movements
Okay.
that were selected for quarterfinals from a team perspective anyway. Test number 1, you had front squats and handstand walking. So you had a barbell in the front rack squatting. Test 2, we had interval work where it started with a row. Then we went with 10 shouldered overhead into an AMRAP of rope climbs. So we had barbell in the front rack going overhead. Test 3, we had a 2-part. Part 1 was a relay, and the second part of that was max reps of clean and jerks. So ground to front rack to overhead. And then test 4, we had shuttle runs and dumbbell thrusters. So we changed it from a barbell to dumbbells into the front rack and squatting and pressing overhead. So very redundant movement patterns throughout the quarterfinals for teams. I think a lot of it could have been easily remedied with just maybe changing maybe one of those things to a snatch, just to kind of vary the redundant movement pattern.
Yeah.
Every workout you did some sort of clean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, the first two maybe like you're just being cute and saying like, okay, we're gonna squat this first workout in the front squat, and then the second we're gonna go overhead. So if you will, like a clean and jerk or a thruster combo spread out between two workouts. Okay, fine. But then to kind of like you said in workouts 3 and 4, just really just beat the dead horse. Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yeah. Now, while I did think, I thought workout 3 was a very good test, just because you had to be pretty well rounded individually with the gymnastics component, and then that mid heavy range weight on the deadlift. You had to all individually be pretty quick there, but then also have the capacity to handle that same barbell and bring it from ground to overhead. So I thought that was probably the best test of the 4, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you said you had a lot. You got more bullet points there because that was only about 2 minutes or so of chatting.
Was
Like I
it?
said.
All right, all right, all right. I mean, we received a ton of penalties on workout 4.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. On lockout, one of our female athletes was under high scrutiny, and the locked out overhead position wasn't completely over the center of the foot, so kind of like one of those slightly out in front dumbbell positions overhead.
Okay.
So we received a major penalty.
That's
So I don't
hilarious.
even.
That's hilarious because for the past, I don't know, 1,000 years of CrossFit's existence, I can think of again CrossFit darlings who always were pressing the barbell like they could see it out in front of them. It was that bad.
Yeah, and I think while it is frustrating, it is our job as athletes to try to uphold the standard as best as humanly possible to take away any sort of gray area for a judge to make any questionable calls. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So while yes, it's frustrating, it is on us to try to do our best to, you know, mitigate the no reps.
Yeah, I'm with it. There, as opposed to the CrossFit darlings I'm thinking about, there's also the top of the top that have always been amazing, and they move with perfection.
Yeah. Now, I will say this, there is an appeal process.
Okay, tell me about it.
I don't know why they have an appeal process. Pretty much any time you go through the appeal process, it just turns into a dead end.
Yeah.
Um,
You can appeal this, but we ain't listening.
exactly. Exactly. So,
Like our buddy Joshua, who did the individual quarters for shits and giggles, and yeah.
yeah, I mean, the response they gave him was incredible,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, like when he lined up was it the world record holder, like the winner of the event?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That was pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Not a lot of difference there between the two videos.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
But in live competition, I feel like it's obviously a lot better. You get the immediate feedback of hearing the two words no rep, and you can adjust and continue on your merry way from there.
Yeah,
So,
that's another like hard thing now. Now online is like even more difficult because if they are going to judge in this way with the penalties, like it used to just be I have no idea what my competitors are doing, so I don't know if this is a good time. I don't know if these are a good amount of reps. You can, as the deadline is getting closer and maybe you're seeing those scores being submitted, but you're kind of just blind to what your competition did. Now on top of it, now you're submitting your workouts and you're like, well, I gave 110%, but I also have no idea if they're going to decide that one or two of these movements were not met to their criteria of the standard.
yeah, that's the tough part.
Oh.
But this is the process, and this is what we signed up for.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like one more thing though to add to the difficulties of the legitimacy of this sport, like now you might have athletes not going to semis that could have went and could have been to the games, but because they blindly submitted a video that was deemed, not of good standards, now they're done. They're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like basketball, either the ball went in the hoop more times than the other team or it didn't.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else on quarters?
Shit's done.
Yeah. All right. The bitching's over. I feel like that was a little bitch fest a little bit there, but we had to, I had to get off my chest at least. So
Me too.
No one speak for you, but all right, cool. Semis. Here we go. Orlando going down to the land of Mickey Mouse. What you got off the top of your head so far? You gonna do a little Disney trip? Are you gonna try to win semis and then say, "I'm going to Disney World"?
That's a great thing to say right there. I mean, if we win, we're going to Mario World.
What is that?
It's a new park. It opened up at Universal.
Mario World?
Is it Mario or Mario?
Bro, are you talking about Super Mario right now?
Super Mario.
Yeah, Mario Kart. Have you ever heard
Mario or Mario?
Mario. Have you ever, first off, if it's Italian, you would just say Mario, Mario. But it's Mario. Who did you ever play Nintendo 64 as a kid? And they're like, "Hey, Christian, you want to come over to my house and play Mario Kart? What planet are you from? Mario Kart?"
All right, all right.
Apparently, there's
Well,
a apparently there's a new Mario Kart movie out right now. Did you know that? There's a movie.
it's not Mario Kart. It's just a Mario movie.
Oh, it's just Mario.
Yeah.
I had this friend say it was Mario Kart. I don't know
Mhm.
anything about it, but
Yeah.
all right, all right,
Taking the
Mario.
kids
So,
taking the kids on Saturday to go see it. I'm
oh,
excited.
sweet. All right, let me know
More
how it
more
is.
excited for me than them, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're playing Mario Kart. What player are you going to choose?
I usually chose the turtle, the
Turtle.
paracooper.
Oh, the Koopa Trooper or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
Wait,
Toad.
what do you call it? Console were you playing?
All of them. N64. Then it went to like the
I don't think that
GameCube.
I don't think the turtle was an option though. You said a turtle, right? I don't think that was an option for N64.
It may not have been. Um, we'll go
Let's
with
go N
Toad. We'll
let's
go
go
Toad.
N6. All right, Toad. I'm Donkey Kong 24/7 365 and your ass doesn't have a prayer. And anyone hating out there saying that they could take me with Yoshi, you're wrong. I love how they always like I had as N64, I had like the player's guide book. Do you remember those? They used to make these
Yeah.
like these
Yep.
it was actually about this size. This is the book actually,
I
right?
know
No, it's
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. It
yeah,
would
and it
show
had
you like
like
where everything is in all the levels. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the Warriors or Wario's arena, it shows you like where you can jump the wall. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what'd you say?
Wario.
Wario?
Yeah. The evil dude, the yellow one.
Wario?
Whatever, Wario. No, I don't know. I
it's
okay.
it's Mario, but with a W.
I always
Come
said
on, bro.
Wario. I always said Wario, like he's bad. He wants to take you to war, like that kind of.
All right, all right.
Uh, someone hit us up in the comments on how to properly say that. Yeah, there's a section where you can jump the wall in the arena and end up like
Yep.
almost at the finish line, or on Rainbow. What's it called Rainbow Road?
Rainbow Road, you could kind of jump off the side.
Right. What else? What else? There was
The beach level.
oh, that was my favorite one where you like
Yeah.
shot like that small tunnel to get through
Yep.
there and pop out the other side. That was a good one. Yeah.
We
Mario.
should have a
Okay, so there's a
tournament. Let's
so
have a
there's a
tournament the next time you come out.
oh, let's go. Why don't you just bring it down to Orlando when you're like, icing the
True.
knees at nighttime? We could play Mario Kart.
True. That Airbnb we have is it's got some rooms in there. The Mario room.
Some gaming rooms.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's Mario World at Universal. Okay, I didn't know
Yep.
that. Cool. Are you gonna for real hit it up with the kids after?
Yeah, we extended the trip a couple days, so Danielle's dad moved down there and he lives about 20 minutes from where the venue is.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll be
Oh,
down there.
I'm a little tempted, I meant maybe I just extend my trip,
Let's go.
just tag along a bit. And then
But
we got
first,
but we got to play tennis. Don't forget, we got to also hit up tennis.
for sure. For sure.
All right. But first what?
But first, we got to get this training in and get right for
Yeah, we got to get
semis.
right. All right. So what's up? Semi's coming up in Orlando in about a month and a half. Right?
Yep. Yep.
May
About 6
8th,
weeks. Yep.
something like that, 18th or something.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what's the deal? What are we going to do? Train with CH every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What can we expect? What are we going to hit up?
Yeah. All right, here we go. For the next 6 weeks or so, as we prep for semis, definitely need to develop some sports specific strength and power. This is going to help us with our overall CrossFit performance. So we'll be doing a lot of plyos. You guys have probably already seen them in there. Seated box jumps and things of that nature. This is kind of an old principle that we're throwing into the mix here. Hang on, let me just throw my laptop charger in before this shuts off. Pairing a plyometric with a lift like the snatch or power clean, PAP, post activation potentiation, basically just helps to stimulate our fast twitch muscle fibers. So it just helps us to be more explosive. You'll see a lot of block work in the mix, snatch, clean and jerk from the blocks. And we're going to be pulling heavy from the ground as well, potentially hitting a heavy single on the deadlift in the upcoming weeks. We're also going to be hitting more for time and work rest stuff and getting away from EMOMs just a little bit. While I do love a good EMOM, we kind of got to go into that suck fest. You know what I mean? A lot of times in training, it's hard to replicate that go that you would in a competition. So in a lot of the work rest pieces that I write, you're going to see me say go hard or go home, meaning I don't want you guys wasting any intervals, right? In a six round interval, I just did one this week. It was every 5 minutes, 21 calories on the ski, 15 bar facing burpees, and then 5 squat snatch at 185, 125. The intent there was to try to treat it as if it was just a 1 round workout each time, right? Not try to like game it or overpace it. Go hard, let it punch you in the mouth, and then kind of recover and go from there and see what the recovery is like. So in a lot of these pieces, you'll see that in the notes. Yeah. What else we got? And just the types of things that you need to be doing to train for semis in general. Moving moderate to heavy loads for many reps, right? So just working on that overall capacity with the barbell and then practicing a lot bigger sets of gymnastics. You know, there's always going to be that one workout where it's just a huge chipper. And, you know, there could be something like 50 ring muscle ups in there. Like, how are you going to approach that? Right. So kind of getting used to that volume, and not only the volume, but just the mental mindset. Okay, there's 50 reps. I just did a set of 12. How am I breaking this up from this point forward? Right. Those little games that you need to play in your own gym so that when you get into the stage, you kind of have an idea of what to expect and where to go.
Okay.
Another thing to make sure that we're doing or that you're doing if you're training for semis is definitely running, I would say at least twice a week. And for the purposes of semis, you're probably going to want to do that on a runner. I really hope that they're not going to make us do shuttle runs at a semifinals. That would just be very boring and I think a waste of everyone's time.
Given the nature of what the arenas usually look like, unless they did it one person at a time on like a relay style, I hope not as well.
Yeah.
However, to be fair, the having people on a runner is boring too to watch.
Yeah, but it's more practical.
Sure. But on that note,
more practical to run on a runner, right? And test that to get you primed or for the next level of competition, which is the games.
Yeah, when there's running every other event.
Right.
I'm waiting for the day when they give judges like a little rep counter so that there's a digital board somewhere for the spectators to be seeing like the reps go. Like when you watch it on YouTube, they have that. They'll show like that banner at the top with the athlete's rep count in real time. For the live,
from what I understand, that's coming. That's something that's supposed to be coming. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be brilliant. That'll be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, not to derail the conversation. All right. So we're talking about the runner. All right. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, those are some of the major key points there. Um, from a team perspective, definitely going to want to be touching the worm, just doing a shit ton of synchro stuff.
How about you have
More of the same, but just more high skilled and heavier, essentially.
you have any guesses for semis of like either a curveball or some type of theme or something in the programming where it's not going to be your typical 21-15-9 of a thruster pull up, you know? We've seen the wall facing handstand push up. Are we going to see that again? Is it going to be the block variation of a deficit like it was at the games? Is that going to show up again that soon?
I think it could, just the way that everything is trending right now. You had the block wall facing at the games. So they gave us at quarters that same variation without the deficit. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that's a similar variation of the games version at semis. And then maybe at the games, they introduce a parallel version, which would be pretty devastating.
I'm telling you. I mean, maybe they do, but they have something lifted where your target for your head is not that deep into the parallel.
Yeah. Um,
How about they
maybe the
just
double crossovers at semis.
okay.
They had the regular ones
Mhm.
at quarters.
The how about the parallel bars? I'm
The
showing my
traverse.
the traverse bars. Yeah, do you think that I just saw them post about that on one of the Instagrams, either CrossFit or the Games one? Do you think they'll bring that out
I don't think so.
too early?
I think it's too early. Yeah, but who knows? I would like to see them bring out the obstacles though.
For
It's been a
the
while.
for the handstand walk?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one's definitely another like separator as far as exposing people to lack of skill,
definitely.
especially if you put it in the midst of a taxing workout where it's coupled or tripled up with some stuff that you're already going to be uncomfortable doing.
Yep. The other thing to note would be the strength element. What's that going to look like? We in the open. What was the heavy lift? Snatch, I guess.
Yeah, you had the thruster too. That one rep
Oh,
thruster.
right. We had the thruster. Then we had that heavyish snatch. Um, quarters for individuals. What did individuals have? I'm so far removed from the indie scene.
Not quite sure.
And then age group, they had the bench, wasn't really heavy. We had the clean and jerk, which was moderately heavy. So I don't know. I don't know what we could see. Would be nice to maybe see. I mean, it's not my favorite movement, but be interesting to see an overhead squat, maybe a
Yeah,
deadlift.
that was fun that one year. That was like what, way back in 2014 at the games, the one rep max overhead squat.
Yeah, from the ground, right?
No, it was a rack from the rack.
Oh, from the rack.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh no, that
Mm-hmm.
was regionals. I'm thinking of.
Yeah. This was I remember Jeff Evans, it was the year, his first year he qualified for the games.
Like 405, probably.
Right? Yeah. He overhead squatted what the rest of the field could deadlift. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, something different.
All right. You want to segue into that little bit about how the East region semifinal at least, or I don't know about everybody else, but you have 2 months if you make it to the games to prepare for it.
Yeah, it's definitely a very nice block of time. How you utilize it could be good or bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you periodize it properly, it will leave you in a very good spot for the games. But you could, come off of semis feeling very juiced up and ready to go and get into like such a heavy duty block of training that you actually burn out before the time the games comes. So it's definitely an interesting length of time for sure. Um, so that's something I'm definitely noting and being mindful of as we continue to move through the season.
It's kind of similar to the college football national championship at one point. I don't know if it's still like this, but like your season would be over and then you'd have like 1 month until the game.
Yeah,
And it's like, wow, I wonder what team is going to show up 1 month from now, because it's that you have momentum, you have healthiness. Like, yo, 2 months from 2 months of training, God forbid, like someone, whatever, you know,
yeah,
not
absolutely.
obviously not trying to jinx us or anyone, like, especially in the sport of CrossFit when you can't necessarily take it easy all the time, you got to push your
You got to
limits.
pick it. You got to pick and choose those deload weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're definitely welcome,
Yeah,
but too many it messes up your gains.
yeah, I'm watching old Willie boy do 500 pounds for 5 reps on the deadlift, and I'm like, oh, easy, Willie, easy.
Deadlift is one of those things that frightens me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you.
I think everyone has gone through an episode where like they've gone for a heavy deadlift and the back just doesn't want to cooperate,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yep.
But
All right, so we covered quarterfinals, we covered Mario, we covered semis,
wait,
and
what is it? Is it Mario or Mario?
I mean it's Mario, obviously,
Okay, all
but I'm just I'm humoring you.
right.
So we went over the games, 2 months until the games. Anything we missed?
No, 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 no. I
That's
mean,
it.
one of our teams, the 365 team, is doing a competition next week or this week called the Crash Crucible.
What? Tell what? Hit me up.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. What's up?
So it is a competition. Let me get the facts right here. I don't want to butcher the name.
Okay. Okay.
Um, all right. It is at a gym called CrossFit Crash,
All right.
and the
What?
competition is called the Crash Crucible and Crescendo.
Okay. What a name.
It's an all-team competition, from what
Okay.
I'm gathering here.
All right. So tell me why they're doing it and not 247. Are they getting an upper edge on you right now? Is there a little like secrecy going on? What's
Well,
happening
here,
here?
well, here's the thing. I'm trying to make a push to get us in there.
Oh, you're trying to get into the competition?
See, the thing is, Willie Boy, we've got teachers on our roster.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, kids, but like you gotta take a back seat. Mr. Carter's got to take some days off of school. All right.
Is it a thing that if a teacher is not tenured, that like you really can't take days off?
I mean, I would want to say no. Like, obviously, the tenured people have the upper hand, but I mean, gosh, can't take a day off. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean,
Who are we working for? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Is Elon Musk saying, "Get your ass in the Twitter office right now, or you're fired"? There is no remote working.
But anyway, we're trying to work out the logistics.
You know what I'm talking about right now? Did you know that reference?
Yeah.
So how like everyone was working remotely, and Elon's like, "Nah, y'all showing up to the office. You guys are coming in."
No.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing.
Gotcha.
So maybe Elon's the principal at Mr. Carter's school.
Could be.
Wait, so y'all aren't doing it just because of Will?
What else are we gonna do? You know,
Kick him off. You gotta kick him off the team.
Willie boy, if you're listening, get your ass down to South Carolina, and let's get this Crash Crucible going.
Oh, it's in Carolina. What city?
What city?
Gotta look it up.
Spartanburg.
Oh, you don't want to go. I mean, no offense to this competition or anyone going. Like, there ain't nothing there. There ain't nothing.
I mean, it's going to be an opportunity for us to polish up our things. You know.
Why don't you just like hold like an invite only camp, an invitational team camp, like when during the off season, during spring ball.
Man, I tried that last year just to get another team down, and that was like
a whole
impossible.
Thing.
It was like impossible.
Maybe just ask the wrong team.
Yeah. I tried too.
All right, next time maybe in another life.
But maybe we'll be down there. We'll see.
All right, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Anything else? Is that it? Is that our show for today?
That's our show for today.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Move Fast, Lift Heavy podcast. I'm Joe Roscoe. That's Christian Harris. Make sure to tune in to the next episode where we're going to... Oh, we didn't talk about Toya. Yo, Toya, we got a semifinal competitor on the Train with CH.
Homegrown
Train with CH track, one of our crew members that qualified for semis. And she's going to be on the podcast next week. So stay tuned for that. You can follow her at toytoy11_.
Super excited for that, actually.
Yeah. Do we know? Is she in the East? She lives in Kansas City. I'm pretty sure.
Honestly, it seems like if you're not like literally on the eastern coast, that you're in the West.
Got it. So, well, I hope she's on the East because that'd be sweet to be there and cheer her on.
For sure.
All right. Well, that's who's next on Move Fast, Lift Heavy podcast.
All right, my guy.
Get to mix it up. All right. Well, until next time. Later.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.